want to have some clarity, and maybe staff can help with this too, about what we're talking about. As I understand it, and as Chairman Lambeth has said, there is enough money in this film grant program right now we want to get that program exhausted. We want them to use that money. Isn't it correct that this would just change the amount a production company could make a qualifying expense up to $5 million in payment of talent rather than capping it at one? So in other words, it would be a qualifying expense for the production company, not limiting it to $1 million. Am I understanding that?
Staff is recognized.
Right. I mean, what this amendment does is it changes the grant amount. That the general base grant amount is 25%. This makes it 30%. So every person that qualifies is going to get more under this amendment. This doesn't modify the what they're trying to insert into the grant program for Tier 1 and Tier 2 counties. And then for your question, which was about the salary cap. So when all we're talking about, the production companies can pay the talent whatever they want to pay, but only under current law, only the first $1 million is a qualifying expense to compute your credit, your potential grant amount. Excuse me, it's not a credit anymore; it's a grant. And so what this amendment would do would increase that up to $5 million. So you could, unless you're paying them more than $5 million, all of that compensation would be a qualified expense that could potentially be reimbursed by the grant.
Right. Thank you. I thought I understood that. It didn't sound like that's how we were characterizing it, so thank you.
Representative Singh.
Just a follow-up on that same line of thought, and going back to my original comment, and my fear would be that in this contentious debate about film that we have and we've had here, and there's different opinions about it, I'm obviously pro-film. I worry with the compensation of the individuals that we end up in an elongated debate about which Hollywood actor gets, makes out of North Carolina like a bandit, and if it's, is it Tom Cruise or is it, pick your next actor, whoever, actress, whoever, Jennifer Lawrence. So, it's not about the individual actors necessarily that we're trying to recruit here. It is about the film industry itself. I mean, they're welcome to pay whatever they want to pay to the stars of the production, but I worry that it starts to get mischaracterized, and for our folks who aren't supportive of the film industry, it would give them more ammunition to work against what we're trying to accomplish. So that is why I have kind of an issue with what you're doing here. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I think for the bigger debate, it doesn't help us a whole lot.
Representative Walters, recognized again.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A question for staff.
Staff's recognized.
So if this amendment were to pass and that threshold for the individual compensations was raised to $5 million, that doesn't keep the production company from paying Arnold Schwarzenegger $20 million for a film. It just means that instead of $1 million of that $20 million being able to be applied for the reimbursement for the grant as a qualified expense. But if the amendment passes, it means that up to $5 million of his $20 million salary can be qualified as an expense for the program, correct?
That's right. It's all about current law, up to $1 million as a qualified expense. This would increase it to $5 million.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Further discussion, further debate?
Mr. Chair.
You're recognized.
So bill sponsor conferred. We've been listening to the debate with great interest, and we do retain concerns about the amendment. However, we believe good points have been raised by members of the committee, and at this time, we would recommend passage of the amendment.
All of those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no? No. The bill passes. The bill is receiving favorable report, unfavorable to the
Mr. Chair, that was the amendment.
Okay, the amendment, excuse me. It sees the favorable report. Now we're on the bill. All right. Representative Butler.
I'd like to make a motion, sir.
All righty, go ahead.
I move for a favorable report of House Bill 301 as amended.